Okay, hello everybody, parents and students as well. I wanted to send you this little information video to help smooth the process of getting back in school, and we want to start with open house. What do you need to bring to open house? What do you need to do for open house? What are the things that can make everything go smoother? Well, that's what this video is here to tell you about. I have my helper right here. You need to stand up. Miss Emma Cedino, and she's going to be handing me different things, and so that's who's off in the distance is Miss Emma. Okay? All right, so the first thing that we're going to go over is when you come to open house, on your child's desk, you will look for your child's desk in the classroom, and you will see a folder here. And what this has is some papers in it that's very important that you fill them out and leave them with me. Some of them you will need to take home. So I'm just going to quickly go through the papers that are in the open house folder. First of all, you will receive a school calendar, and you think, well, I already have one. Well, this is in case you need another one. There you go. All right. The next thing that you will find in there is a parent information form, and this needs to be filled out and left with me. The reason why I need this is because one is going to come to stay with me and one is going to go to the office, and it has information like your student's name, the parent, the email, the best number to contact you. Are you willing to receive text messages, and do you give permission for your child's photo to be put on Facebook or other live media? The next one that is very important that you fill out is our release of liability and assumption of risk agreement. And basically this is the COVID form. In other words, you know that COVID is around, and but we are doing the best we can to make sure that we're clean and sanitized, and we're going to go over all that with you as well. But this needs to be signed and left in the folder. Okay, the next sheet that you will find is how to join the Harvest Remind. Mr. Miller needs you to be on his Remind, the HCS Remind, because there are things that he sends out to parents. He needs you to be on that. And then there's my Remind, Miss McClaney. So if you're not on those, we will have this. It tells you how to do that. I will also have one in here to tell you how to join up with Mr. Miller's. The next thing is our elementary permission slip to go to the Providence Nursing Home. Now I'm going to go ahead and have you sign this, even though we probably will not be visiting the nursing home because, you know, of the COVID and spread cross-contamination of germs and that kind of thing. I'm sure we're not going to be allowed to go. But what I want to try to work out with the people over at the Providence Home is to be able to send them videos, so that we can still be a part of their lives and the children can sing for them, but it just won't be a face-to-face visit. But we'll keep this in the folder throughout the year so that later on, if we're able to visit, we will have the permission slip ready for that. The next thing that is in here is the school t-shirts. Everybody in the school needs a school t-shirt. Because when we go on field trips or other things like that, or certain days of the week, we may say everybody gets to wear their Harvest t-shirt today, and so you want to be able to, your child to have one as well. So every year we always buy a new t-shirt. They're not that expensive, $10 to $12. Also, parents, we would like for you to buy one of those as well. And so there's a place on here for shorts. Ignore that because our class is not by PE shorts, but just the shirts only is what you are going to be filling out. And then there is the size down below for adults. And so we would like for the adults also to be able to buy one to show our school spirit. It's a good advertisement for our school. Now, all those things are going to need to be kept inside the folder. I need you to fill this out and leave it with me that night. Then you're going to have a couple of information sheets, and these are things that you can take home and read these things, and have that information there for you. And so that's going to be important with the school lunches, the daily schedule of what's going to be ordered that day or what we have. So all that will be taken home. Okay, so that is your open house folder, and that I need those things done on the open house night. Okay, the second thing that can be done on open house night, other than just looking around in the classroom, is that you can bring in the supplies. So I'm just going to quickly go over our supply list and why we need the things that are on there, and then I'll tell you what you can bring and leave on the open house, and then that way you don't have to trudge in the first day of school with all that stuff. And then if you're not going to be prepared to do that on Thursday night, that's fine. Bring it when, on the first day of school, that's fine. This is just for your convenience. If it's not convenient for you, that is okay too. All right, so with my little helper here, we are going to go over our supply list. All right, the first thing on our supply list is a Bible. I had a few students last year that never brought a Bible to school. I am going to be very, very ferocious about that this year. You're going to get some notes home that says your child does not have a Bible. You need a King James version of the Bible. It can be an King James version. It can have an N in front of it, which means New King James Version. And all they did was take out the words like these and thou and put you and he and she and that kind of thing in its place. So that is okay. But we need a King James Version of the Bible. The next thing on the list is a backpack. And of course, we all know the standard backpack. You can have whatever kind of backpack you choose. This is Miss McClaney's backpack, so just whatever works for you. All right, the next thing, and Emma's is a unicorn, in case you were wondering. All right, the next thing is going to be our pencil box and all the stuff that you can go ahead and put it into the pencil box, okay? So you're going to need a pencil box. Now, some people buy a little bag, a small bag, a zippered bag, and you can put all this same stuff into a zippered bag or a box. It doesn't matter. Either one is fine. The box or the bag is fine. But this is what you need to make sure that you have in there. You need to have your markers. Go ahead and open up this box of markers and pour them in the box or put them in the bag. And this set of 10 markers right here is excellent markers. They usually last all year long. We don't have to buy a second set. The next box that you're going to need to open up and pour in there is your crayons. Now this is a box of 24. You don't have to buy the 24 crayons, but 24 crayons is great. So if you have bought 24, that's fine. If you bought less than that, that's fine too. It's no big deal. Open up the box, pour the crayons into the bag or into the box. The next thing you're going to need is a pair of scissors. There's all kind of scissors that you can buy. Just pick a pair, go ahead, put it in the box. Open it out of its container, put it in the box. I will write their name on their stuff with a pen paint marker, and it will not go off. So this belonged to a former student who left it for me, so I kept it, but I will do that so that things like scissors will not be passed around. Also, this school year, we cannot borrow people's stuff. So that's going to be kind of new for us because we like to share, but there's not going to be any sharing this year. So we're going to have to be really peculiar about that. The next thing you can open up out of its container and go ahead and put it into your zipper or your box will be your glue sticks. They usually come in a pack of 2. Put both of those in there. The next thing that you can open up and put into your pencil box or bag is block erasers. They can be the big pink ones, the smaller ones, whatever you want to buy. That is perfectly okay. The next thing that you can open up and put into this box or bag is cap erasers. And cap erasers just stick on the end of a pencil. Those things are a lifesaver. So you can buy olive pink, the same old just eraser color, or you can get fancy ones. It doesn't matter, okay? All right, but with the pencils, yes, you're going to need pencils, but I don't want you to open up your pencils and put it into the pencil box or the pencil bag, because guess what? I don't let kids keep pencils at their desk. I sharpen 2 brand new pencils when they bring me a box, and we use those things until they're down to a nub. And then I keep all the pencils with their name on it under my desk, and when this person here say Emma needs new pencils today, I go to her box of pencils, I take out 2 pencils, I sharpen her pencils and give them to her. So that doesn't need to be put into your pencil box. I will keep those at my desk and sharpen those and give those out as necessary. I can do that because I have a small class. It is no problem at all. Works better for me. All right, the next thing on your list then is your tissue. We should have 2 boxes of tissue. Now this year, we're not going to be able to put the box in front of the class and everybody just go help themselves. What I will do each morning is I will take the tissues from the box. I will give each student 3 or 4 tissues at the beginning of the class out of the box, and they will use those as they need them and throw them away. If they need more, I will give them more tissues. No student will not be coming in getting tissues out of the same box. If you want to write your name on the student's box and let them keep it at their desk, we'll see how that works. In the past, it has not worked real well because usually they just get kicked all over the place. We don't have room in our desk. If you don't keep your desk straight and clean, then this becomes a mess. So, but we'll do it. We just know that in the classroom this year, each person is not going to be coming up to the box and touching the box of tissues. Miss McClaney or my designated helper for that day will get the tissues from the box with clean, sanitized hands. Okay, next on your list is notebook paper. You need to get 2 packs. 3 would probably actually, you wouldn't have to buy anymore, but it needs to say wide ruled, because this is a little bit larger of a margin there for your children to write in, and so the wide rule is better. 2 packs. You want to go ahead and get 3, that's great. I'll put them in the closet. The next thing is a 3-ring binder. Now let me tell you about the 3-ring binder. There's lots of things that's going to be put in here, and I would like for you to go ahead and put them in there if you will, please. And then I'm going to tell you what we use this binder for. First of all, you want to take about half of a pack of paper and go ahead and put it in the front here. And what's going to happen with this paper is this is going to be your homework assignments. I'm going to write down what the homework is for the day. It'll be there. You'll need to sign it. You're signing it saying, I saw this, I know my child had homework. If you want to leave me a note and said I could not make my child do this homework, then they can be punished at school, but you also need to punish them at home. And I keep those, by the way. If you give me a note that says you couldn't make your child do their homework, I keep that, because that's your fault, not mine. All right, so that's what that is going to be used for. Any notes, Miss McClaney, I need to speak with you. An issue came up. I really need to talk with you. Can I get a phone call or make a conference? Put that in here. I'm going to look at it every day, and it's a great and wonderful thing. All right, next I'm going to have a monthly calendar. You see this has 2 months, and I'm going to fill in some important dates, some things that are going on here. I'm going to try to keep that filled in for you so that you will know what's going on each week. Then I'm going to have, and I will put this in here, I will buy these and put these in here, and this is going to be just a folder for, classroom announcement notes, that kind of thing that needs to go in there. Then one of those 2 pocket folders that you're going, we're still going? One of those 2 pocket folders that you're going to have, one of those you're going to go ahead and put in here. If you bought the kind that doesn't have the holes in it, that's okay, just bring it to school, I'll punch some holes in it, no problem, I can fix that. But the great thing about this being our ELC folder is that when you do have homework, if your child has homework, here's a place that their paces can be put that they have homework in. So even if I don't have the time to write it down, your child comes home, you open up the folder, and you see these paces here. Guess what? He has homework in those paces. Find the empty pages and make him do it. Also, there will be the reading book from our reading groups, and most of the 1st and 2nd graders will stick right in here. Some of the 3rd and 4th graders' books are too thick to stick in here, so it'll just be in their book bag. But they will have reading homework almost every night. This is a great utility. If you have any questions, just let me know, but it should be pretty self-explanatory there. So what I need you to go ahead and put in here is some notebook paper, and I need you to put in one of your folders. Okay, these will have pockets. It will say take home and return, or take home. So if I don't need it returned back to the school, it means for you to take it home and leave it. And that is one of our, the other folder that you are required to buy, we will use in class. Every morning our folders will be put in these, our work for the day will be put in these folders and passed out to the class. Okay, the next thing on your list is napkins, and we need as big of a package as you can buy. We share these as the whole school. We take them downstairs and store them in the kitchen, and we use them as the whole school. It helps save a lot. Okay, the next thing on your list is a pack of paper. Now, it doesn't have to be the Astro Brights. It can be the pale, it can be the Astro Brights, it can be the neon. It doesn't matter to me what colors are in here or if it's all the same color. If all that you can find is a pack of the same color, that's fine. Just make sure that it says paper. Paper, not cardstock, okay? So it needs to say paper, all right? The next thing is the lunchbox, and this is Miss McClaney's lunchbox. Your lunchbox can look or be however it wants to be, but lunchbox is very important because we do not have a cafeteria. So we need snacks in here and other things that can be in the lunchbox. We need a lunchbox every day. I do not like for children to bring their lunch in a plastic bag. No, let's don't do that. Let's please have a lunchbox, okay? And the last thing on your ruler is a wooden, on your list is a wooden ruler. These wooden rulers are excellent. Let me tell you why. Because you can clearly see the numbers, okay? They have inches on the top, centimeters on the bottom. Your child will be using both sides. The wooden rulers are not easily broken. I mean, you have to work to break these. You can easily use these. Much better than the flexible plastic, the hard plastic ones. I mean, you just bend this thing a little bit, that plastic one's gonna pop and break. Sometimes the numbers are not clear. Children need clear things where you can see it plainly. Not all this fancy stuff that may be good for teenagers, but for children we need where they can see the numbers plainly on there. Okay, and so that is your, okay, I'm getting that. That is our supply list. All right, some things that are going to be added to your supply list that's not on there, but you are desperately going to need is the water bottle. Your child will need a water bottle. Now, you can get a water bottle like this at Walmart for $1. It just simply has a screw, has a screw cap on it. And we will fill up these water bottles. They need to bring it full in the mornings. And then if they need more, we will fill it up from the kitchen refrigerator where they can fill it up again. I will do that for them. We are not using the water fountains at this time. We are not using water fountains. Every child must have a bottle. I will write their name on it with a paint pen, and that way when you wash it, it will not wash off. If you want a decorative bottle, whatever the case may be, but your child cannot, they gotta have the water. Also, this will allow them to have the water in the classroom so that they can, take a little sip along as the day goes. Sometimes we need water throughout the day. Not Kool-Aid, not flavored water, plain water. That's all that can be put in here. We can have it in the classroom to sip from it. So you are going to need a water bottle. If you want to get the kind that just has a little flip lid, that's fine. I don't care. However small or large you want it to be, as long as a child can carry it easily. Please don't bring some humongous water bottle that they can hardly maneuver and that they can hardly hold on to and then expect me to help them do that. That's just not going to be workable for me to be able to hold my own things and theirs as well. Also, those metal bottles are not real great for children because just like you saw me drop the lid, they're easily to drop things, and when those metal things hit the floor downstairs, whew, it busts your eardrums. It ain't gonna break, but it's gonna bust your eardrums. So plastic would be better. Okay, another new item that we're all gonna be required to have is a face mask. Now, we do have some ordered for the school children that has an H on it. It will be in the school colors. That would be so awesome. But this is the one that I had. We will wear the face mask when we come into the building. We will wear the face mask at appropriate times, probably not when we're sitting at our desk, but when we do activities together as a group, when we walk in the hallways, when we are going to the restrooms, we will have the face mask on. So at appropriate times, we will wear a face mask. You are required to have your child a face mask. You are required to make sure they have it every morning. It is just going to be a new requirement for school this year is a face mask. All right, so me and Emma are going to do a little thing here where I'm going to show you what's going to go on before you come to school. So let's pretend, right there, that Emma is getting ready to come to school. She doesn't want to put on this Alabama one, but she's going to have to. So, well, it's not a child size, so just hold your hand right there. Okay. So let's pretend that Emma is coming up to the front door to come to school. All right? So you see her here. She is coming. And before she steps into the door, I'm going to check her temperature. She does not have a temperature of 100. She may come into the school. Then we have a station right down there by the front door that has hand sanitizer. We're going to give a squirt of hand sanitizer, and then we're going to come on into the school building, and we're going to head off straight to the gym, and we're going to spread out 6 feet apart in there. If it's time for school to start actually at 8 o'clock, then they will go straight on up the stairs to their classroom. But they must wear the mask as they come into the building, all the way into the hallways, into the bathroom, until they get to their classroom. And when they get in their desk, they can ask their teacher, may I take my mask off? And that's when they will be allowed to take their mask off. Throughout the day, we will have times in the day where Ms. McLean is going to say, all right, everyone, put your mask on. When they go in and out of the room, anytime they go out of the room, they're going to hand sanitize right by the door. Anytime they come back in the room, we're going to hand sanitize as we come into the door. And so it's just going to be a new thing, but we're trying to keep safe. We're trying to keep things safe. Every afternoon after school, the desks will be wiped down, sprayed down with sanitizing spray. If you see these things in Walmart or wherever you might find where it says disinfectant wipes, please purchase 1 or 2 of these and bring them to the school. It will be a great help. We need as many of these as you can bring us. Again, don't go broke buying them, but hey, you see some, grab some. Okay, and that will be a great help. I hope that this video has been helpful. I know it may not have been greatly entertaining, but I hope that it has been helpful and will help you transition for the new year.